My name is Mary Salem, and this is Coco, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to groom and tack up your horse. I personally have been riding for over 10 years, and riding has been in my family for a long time, over 10 years. So, with that being said, let's get into the video. The first thing that you're going to start with when grooming your horse is a courage count. And if you come a little closer, you start in small circles, going down from the neck all the way to the butt. This, using it in small circles, make sure that you get all of the dirt that is on the horse up to the surface, so when you use the hard brush, it'll come right off. This is a hard brush. This is what you're going to use after you are done currying your horse. This is used just like this. Gently go across the surface of your horse, and you use a hard brush to get all of the dirt and excess guck that is on your horse to make sure that one, your horse is clean, and two, when you put the pads on your horse, you want to make sure that those areas are clean, otherwise they can get infected and cause the horse to become ill. This is a soft brush. This is used after the hard brush, just like this. Soft strokes, again, across the horse's surface. And this is used just to get that extra top layer of dirt off and make sure your horse is nice and clean. This is the last step to grooming your horse, which is using a hoof pick. So if you come over here, when going to use the hoof pick, you're going to take your hand and start from the top of the leg and slowly slide it down and put gentle pressure against the top of the leg and ask them to politely lift their hoof up. Now, my horse, for instance, has bell boots on. Bell boots are rubber, kind of like a rubber material that goes around the horse's hoof to make sure her back hoof does not intertwine or accidentally take off the horseshoe that she has on. So, to use the hoof pick, you are going to take the metal part and just take out any dirt or rocks or any guck that would be in there that would affect your horse when riding. Then you take the brush and slowly and carefully brush out the hoof to make sure there's nothing left. You also use a hoof pick to make sure that the horseshoes are attached and there are no nails or anything in the way that could harm your horse's hoof. So now we are on to tacking up the horse. The first step to tacking up your horse is to get the martingale. This is what the martingale looks like. And it goes over your head, just like this. Long part in the back, which will connect to the girth, and the short part will connect to the bridle. And the martingale is used to make sure that the horse does not lift their head too high up when the rider is riding. So to show you how this is put on, you will slowly put it over their nose. Connect one side of it, and then connect the other side. Then you come around and slowly lift it over the horse's head. Just like so. And you pull it all the way down so it hangs just like that. Next we have the jelly, and the jelly is shaped just like a saddle, and it'll be put on just like the saddle does. Over the horse's back, and you feel where your horse's withers are. The withers on the horse are also their shoulders. And you feel where their withers are at, and you pull it right up to where the withers start. And it sits high. It sits just like that, even on both sides. Next, we have the saddle pad. It opens up, looks like this. This is the top with these flaps, and you are going to put it right over the jelly, like so, and it sits, again, right where the withers start, and the saddle pad is used to make sure your saddle does not rub against their side and get it all icky or hurt them. Next up, we have the wither pad, and this is what it looks like. And this here helps Miss Coco with making sure that all of the weight that's going to be on her back be distributed evenly. And the hole in the middle is designed to make sure that when the saddle is on, it makes sure that the pressure that's under the saddle does not come crashing down on her back, and it makes everything along her whole back, distributed evenly. It is put on just like this, again, lined up with where the saddle pad is, so right where those withers are. And lastly, we have the saddle. This is to make sure you can ride your horse evenly and stay on. To do so, you want to do this slowly so you don't scare or spook your horse. So you're going to gently lift it over and set it up. And again, make sure that it is lined up with all of the other pads that you have on, like so. And it looks just like that. Next up, we have the girth. And this is to make sure that everything on top fits nicely and stays in place. So you take these two, and you're going to lift up this saddle pad flap, and you're going to attach. Just for the start, just start on the first loop. Looks like that. And then you're going to come around, take the long piece of the martingale, and you're going to take the girth, and you're going to take these girth straps, and you're going to put it through the hole. So it looks like this. And the martingale piece is centered directly in the middle of her belly. And you're going to come around the other side, and this part it gets a little tricky. You're going to hold this saddle pad side up, and again, just put it on the first hold. Just like that. Now, depending on your horse, they can get a little cranky when you put the girth on because who wants something getting squeezed around their belly? But don't worry, it does not hurt them. Once they loosen up and realize that it's okay, they have enough room to still puff out their belly and breathe perfectly fine. So it does not harm the horse in any way. Just simply keeps your tack in place. Last but not least, we have the bridle. And to give you a quick overview, this is the nose band, so it's going to go around their nose. And this connects back here. That is the throat band. So, to put it on, you're going to start with reins, go over their head. And you're going to unclip one side, with still holding on your horse. Pull it over, come to the other side, unhook, and pull it down. If they want to shake their heads, you can let them. Next, you're going to take off the take off the halter, and you're going to take it off slowly, slide it over, and then usually you can just toss it on the ground. Coco here is a very good girl, so she keeps her head down. And you're going to make sure none of the bands are in the way. If they got an itch, let them itch. Come here, Miss Coco. Good girl. So just keep your hand under their head so they can't go down. And you're going to just ask them politely and nicely to open their mouth. Good girl, Coco. Now you're going to put the ear bands over their ears. Put their ears through nice and gently. And Miss Coco is going to yawn. So you're going to put the nose band underneath the bit. And you're going to make sure that the other side is done just like that. Oh. Now, here comes. Got to make sure it's also even. There we go. So make sure it's even in the front, because now you're going to grab the other martingale piece, and you're going to take the martingale piece, and you're going to take it and connect it to the nose band. So the nose band strap is just going to go through the other martingale piece like that, so they are connected. And then you're just going to slide it up and connect it. Sometimes these nose and throat bands can be a little bit tricky to put through.
You're not home.
Just like that. Then you're going to take the throat band piece and put it through. Now, for the throat piece, you want to make sure that you can fit 3 fingers underneath freely so that the horse has room to breathe. And some horses really like to shake their heads when they have the bridle on. And now, if you were going to enter the arena and get on, you are going to slowly bring the reins over the head. Let your horse itch again if they need to. Grab it by the bottom and by the top and walk them out nice and easy. Now that your horse is groomed and tacked up, you are ready to ride. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was very informative for whether you're a first-time rider or a long-time rider. I hope that you found some extra tricks and tips to help you tack up and groom your horse. With that being said, thank you guys.